All right, you guys, here we go. So, this story is in regards to the story that I talked about on Wednesday, and I love this kind of story because we have a prosecutor backtracking on his statements, and so let's begin the story. Okay, so maybe those gummies didn't contain heroin or fentanyl after all, he says. Montecito DA walks back statements about heroin and fentanyl and smoke shop gummies. On Friday, I told you that the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office had sent out a red alert over THC like gummies containing fentanyl and heroin. This discovery came after two non fatal fentanyl overdoses that investigators had traced to gummies purchased at Tobacco Hut smoke shops in Montecito. And so officials confiscated a bunch of gummies from 3 Tobacco Hut shops, tested them, and voila, every wait, and voila. And so officials confiscated a bunch of, yeah, and voila. Every major local news outlet ran scary stories about smoke shop gummies containing fentanyl and heroin. Uh, Alas, things might not be as they first reported. Come Monday, there was a hearing from sources that these results were either inaccurate or less than definitive. And by late Monday afternoon, Montgomery County District Attorney Kevin Steele more or less admitted to the same in a statement declaring, "I don't have any definitive answers." And that is in a quote. It turns out that the investigators who performed the original test used some ridiculously sensitive portable equipment whose threshold for detection is zero point zero 0.01 nanogram. 1 nanogram is equivalent to, get ready for this, I hope you guys can count how many zeros, 0.000000001 grams, which, if my decimal place counting is correct, is the same as 1 billionth of a hundredth of a said nanogram. Over the weekend, investigators sent the supposedly fentanyl positive products off to a lab for further testing, and the lab found absolutely zero illegal drugs in any of those products. It's unclear what the lab's detection threshold is, but it's clearly more than 0.01 nanogram, an amount that wouldn't even begin to get a person high. In a quote, "What I do know is the public needs to be wary of these gummies that are produced in an unregulated industry and in varying settings," Steele said, adding that the public needs to know it is, in quotes, "buyer beware." In this world of edibles, a toddler getting a hold of them and ingesting them, or a teenager who eats a handful all at once, could be very dangerous. Steele also made it a point to thank the Tobacco Hut shops, which he said have been fully cooperative, in quotation marks. All of this just more evidence that we need legal, well-regulated adult use cannabis in Pennsylvania. Even the medical marijuana dispensaries aren't allowed to sell edibles. As with our liquor laws, we're very behind the times, they said. Well, I mean, I think you guys are definitely behind the climbs. And I wonder, since we have Dale in the room, I wonder if these guys are subject to any type of liable for their brand and whatnot, putting out this press release saying they had fentanyl. And the whole world probably thinks that store, all it does is sell fentanyl. What do you guys think? This is Jason Beck reporting for the High at 9 News.